Lord, I come before you today with the heavy weight of my family resting on my heart, feeling the deep ache of relationships that are strained and the sharp pain of a home that no longer feels like a sanctuary. You see every individual within our circle. You see every conversation, every moment of genuine connection, and every agonizing moment of tension that lingers in the air like a storm about to break. You know the long history we share, the beautiful memories of laughter and unity, but you also see the layers of pain that have developed over time, slowly eroding the foundation of our bond. There are things within our family that feel fundamentally broken, distances that feel unbridgeable, and silences that have become deafening. I bring all of this mess, all of this hurt, and all of this frustration directly to you, because I realize that we have reached a point where our own efforts to fix things are only making them worse. Lord, you designed family to be a sacred place of support, deep understanding, and unconditional love, but I confess that there are times when it feels like the most dangerous place to be. It has become a source of profound hurt, constant misunderstanding, and exhausting conflict. Words that were spoken in the heat of frustration years ago still linger in the corners of our minds, poisoning the way we see one another. Silence has moved in where there should be open communication, creating cold voids that we don't know how to fill. Small, manageable issues that should have been resolved long ago have been allowed to fester, growing into massive, complicated problems because we were too afraid or too proud to address them when they first appeared. We are drifting apart while living under the same roof, and it feels as though we are losing the very people who should be our closest allies. You see all of it, Lord. Nothing is hidden from your gaze, and nothing about our dynamic is too complicated for you to untangle. You understand the raw emotions behind every heated argument, the good intentions that were tragically misunderstood, and the deep-seated wounds that were created in moments of thoughtlessness. You know the why behind our anger and the how behind our distance. Because nothing is beyond your awareness, I am comforted by the fact that nothing is beyond your ability to work through. You are the master of reconciliation, and I am asking for your divine intervention to step into our home and do what we cannot do for ourselves. I am asking for a miracle of healing that starts in the heart of every person in this family. Today, I specifically ask you to step into our family situation with your sovereign power and your gentle touch. Begin the slow, necessary work of healing what has been broken by time and neglect. Where there is a thick atmosphere of tension, I ask that you bring your supernatural peace. Where there is a fog of misunderstanding, bring the sharp sunlight of clarity and truth. Where there is a deep recurring hurt, bring a healing that goes beneath the surface. Lord, soften our hearts toward one another. We have become experts at building walls of self-protection, but those same walls are keeping us isolated from the people we love. Break down the towers of pride that make it impossible for us to admit when we are wrong, or to take that first terrifying step toward reconciliation. Give us the supernatural humility required to truly listen, to try and understand a perspective other than our own, and to offer a sincere apology when it is needed. Help us, Lord, to truly forgive one another from the depths of our souls. Forgiveness is a difficult road, especially when the hurts feel repeated, intentional, or deeply personal. I ask that you give us a strength that is not our own, to release the resentment we have been nursing like a shield. Help us to let go of the debts we feel others owe us, and to stop keeping a record of every wrong. We choose to forgive today, not because the pain has suddenly vanished or because it was easy to do, but because we recognize that unforgiveness is a poison that is killing our family from the inside out. We choose forgiveness because it is the only path to the freedom and healing we so desperately crave. Let your grace be the bridge that allows us to cross over the canyons of our past mistakes. Lord, restore the love that has been overshadowed by the dark clouds of conflict. Remind us in the middle of our disagreements of the unbreakable bond we share and the vital importance of protecting it at all costs. Let love, real, sacrificial, patient love, be the guide for our words, our actions, and our daily decisions. Help us to learn how to communicate with one another again. Miscommunication has been the enemy of our peace for too long, creating unnecessary fires and deepening existing scars. Teach us to speak with a kindness that considers the other person's feelings, to listen with a patience that doesn't immediately look for a rebuttal, and to respond with an understanding that seeks peace over being right. Let our conversations become a way to rebuild rather than a weapon to destroy. Lord, rebuild the trust that has been shattered and the connections that have grown fragile and thin. Piece by piece, I ask that you rebuild the foundation of this family. I also ask for a literal shift in the atmosphere of our home. Let our dwelling place become a sanctuary of calm instead of a battlefield of tension. Let it be a place of support instead of a place of division, where every member feels safe, valued, and truly heard. Work in each of our hearts individually, Lord. Do not let me focus only on how others need to change, but help me to see the areas in my own life where I need to grow, where I have been stubborn, and where I have contributed to the brokenness. Transform us from the inside out, making us more like you in our patience and our grace. Give us the endurance and the patience required for this process. We know that healing does not always happen overnight, and that relationships which took years to break will take time to rebuild. Help us to stay committed to the hard work of reconciliation, even when progress feels agonizingly slow, or when we take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Lord, protect our family from further division. Guard us against outside influences, negativity, and the temptation to let unresolved issues create a permanent separation. I trust that you are able to restore what seems completely beyond repair. I believe that no situation, no matter how many years of silence or how many sharp words have passed, is beyond your ability to heal. I place my family, my home, and our future entirely in your hands, trusting you to work in the hidden places of our hearts to bring us back together in unity and love.
If this prayer touched your heart, share it with a friend who needs it today. And remember to join us here each day. A new prayer will be waiting for you. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so no blessing ever passes you by.